She was a history student, a wife, and a mother. But when war came knocking, she became a legend. This is the story of Lyudmila Pavlichenko, the woman they called Lady Death. Born in 1916 in a small Ukrainian town, Lyudmila was a sharp, competitive, and determined young woman. As a teenager, she joined a shooting club and quickly proved to be a natural marksman. She worked at an arsenal, honing her skills, all while studying history at Kiev University. She had a life, a future planned. But in June 1941, everything changed. Nazi Germany invaded the Soviet Union, and the Great Patriotic War began. Lyudmila was among the first wave of volunteers, but the recruiting office initially pushed her towards being a nurse. She wasn't having it. She presented her marksmanship certificate and her sharpshooter badge, proving she was more valuable with a rifle in her hands than with bandages. They were convinced. She was assigned to the Red Army's 25th Rifle Division. Her first taste of combat was brutal, but it forged her into the soldier she would become. During the intense sieges of Odessa and Sevastopol, Lyudmila's deadly talent came to the forefront. Armed with her Mosin Nagant rifle, she became a phantom on the battlefield. Patience was her greatest weapon. She would lie motionless for hours, sometimes days, in the mud, snow, or rubble, waiting for the perfect shot. Her duels with enemy snipers became the stuff of legend. She once engaged in a 3-day duel with a German sniper, a tense battle of wits and wills. In the end, it was her patience and skill that won out. She later discovered his logbook, which showed he had over 400 kills of his own. Her official confirmed kill count stands at 309, including 36 enemy snipers. This staggering number makes her the most successful female sniper in recorded history. But the number doesn't tell the whole story. It doesn't capture the sheer terror she instilled in enemy lines or the hope she inspired in her comrades. She wasn't just a soldier, she was a symbol of resistance. In June 1942, after being wounded by mortar fire, the Soviet High Command decided she was too valuable to lose. They pulled her from combat, but her service was far from over. She was given a new mission, one that would take her far from the Eastern Front. Later that year, she became part of a Soviet delegation sent to the United States, Canada, and Great Britain. Her goal was to rally support for a second front in Europe to relieve pressure on the Red Army. She was the first Soviet citizen to be received by a U.S. president at the White House. President Franklin D. Roosevelt and First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt welcomed her. Eleanor, in particular, took a great interest in Lyudmila, and they toured the country together. At first, the American press didn't know what to make of her. They asked her about her uniform, if she wore makeup on the front line, and focused on her appearance more than her accomplishments. Lyudmila, a battle-hardened soldier, was frustrated. In a now famous speech in Chicago, she finally spoke her mind. She stood before the crowd and said, "Gentlemen, I am 25 years old and I have killed 309 fascist occupants by now. Don't you think, gentlemen, that you have been hiding behind my back for too long?" Her words hit like a thunderclap. The crowd erupted in cheers. She had finally broken through, communicating the desperate reality of the war in a way no diplomat could. After her tour, Lyudmila returned to the Soviet Union as a hero. She was promoted to the rank of major and awarded the Gold Star of the Hero of the Soviet Union, the country's highest honor. She didn't return to the front, but instead became an instructor, training a new generation of Soviet snipers. After the war, Lyudmila finished her education at Kyiv University and became a historian and a research assistant for the Soviet Navy. She remained an icon, a living legend who represented the incredible sacrifices made by so many during the war. She passed away in 1974 at the age of 58, leaving behind a legacy that has few equals. Lyudmila Pavlichenko's story is more than just a tally of kills. It's a story of a woman who, faced with unimaginable circumstances, rose to the occasion with courage, skill, and an unshakable will to defend her homeland. She was a student, a sniper, a diplomat, and a hero. She was Lady Death, and her story is a powerful reminder of the extraordinary things ordinary people can do in the face of tyranny. Thanks for watching. If you found this story as incredible as I did, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more hidden histories. See you in the next one. What if I told you the deadliest female sniper in history wasn't a comic book character, but a real person? And what if she got the Marvel superhero treatment, just like Black Widow? Forget the Avengers for a second and let's talk about Lyudmila Pavlichenko, a name you should absolutely know. During World War II, this woman was a force of nature, nicknamed Lady Death for her incredible skill on the battlefield. Now, imagine her story retold in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Picture this. A young, brilliant history student in Kyiv, Lyudmila's life is turned upside down by the outbreak of war. But instead of just enlisting, she's recruited into a top-secret Soviet program. Think of it as their version of the Red Room, but focused on creating the ultimate lone operative. Here, her natural marksmanship isn't just honed, it's pushed to superhuman levels. She learns stealth, tactics, and survival skills that would make even Natasha Romanoff take notes. Her first missions aren't grand battles, but shadowy operations deep behind enemy lines. She's not just a sniper, she's a ghost. Her call sign? Lady Death. She becomes a legend, a whisper among soldiers on both sides, a symbol of hope for her people, and a figure of dread for her enemies. But unlike a typical superhero narrative, her story is grounded in the harsh realities of war. Every victory comes with a heavy price. We'd see the psychological toll, the isolation, the burden of being a living legend. This isn't about flashy powers. It's about human resilience pushed to its absolute limit. After the war, her story doesn't end. She becomes a diplomat, a spokesperson, traveling the world. Think of her post-war arc like Captain America struggled to find his place in a world that's moved on. She's a hero out of her time, haunted by her past but determined to build a better future. She'd use her fame not for glory, but to advocate for peace, to ensure the horrors she witnessed are never repeated. Her greatest weapon is no longer a rifle, but her voice, her story. In this Marvel version, she wouldn't have super serum or high-tech gadgets. Her superpower would be her unwavering will, her unmatched skill, and a heart that endured the unimaginable. She would be a different kind of hero, one who shows that the most extraordinary abilities can come from ordinary people facing extraordinary circumstances. She'd be a gritty, grounded counterpoint to the gods and super soldiers, a constant reminder of the human cost of conflict and the quiet strength it takes to rebuild. So, who would you cast as this real-life superhero? Let me know your dream picks in the comments below. Lyudmila Pavlichenko's story is a testament to the incredible power of the human spirit, proving that sometimes the most compelling heroes don't need a cape, they just need courage. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey into history and imagination, make sure to like and subscribe for more. See you next time.